Hi Bobcats, this is Miss Lee, and today this video is the second out of two on box plots, also known as box and whisker plots. So in the first video we talked about the 5 data components that made up a box plot. We talked about the minimum and the maximum values, and we talked about the 3 quartiles. And then the focus was on finding the 3 quartiles. And remember, the quartiles are the medians, the median of the whole data set and the medians of the lower and the upper half of the data. Today we're going to focus on creating, or in this lesson we're going to focus on creating box plots. So make sure that you're taking good notes as you watch the video. Okay, making a box plot. A box plot, or box and whisker plot, uses a number line to show the distribution of a set of data by using the median, the quartiles, the minimum and maximum values. A box is drawn around the quartile values, and the whiskers extend from each quartile to the minimum and the maximum values. And the median is marked with a vertical line inside the box. So this is a description of what makes up the parts of a box plot. It's much easier to actually do it in person than trying to figure it out from this. So here we go. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to find your quartiles. You maybe have noticed that this data set, we actually found the quartiles already. Okay, so you can go back to that video if you need to, but you always want to go ahead and put your data set in order from least to greatest, and then you can find your quartiles from there. We said, oh, there's 9 pieces of data, so it's an odd number piece of data, so that means there will actually be a middle number. So we took the 9, we divided it by 2, and we got 4. So we knew we needed 4 pieces of data in the lower half, 4 pieces of data in the upper half, and that did leave us one middle number, 87, and that's our second quartile. It's the median of the whole data set. Then to find the quartile 1 and the quartile 3, we had to find the median of the lower half of the data. Well, it's an even number, so there's not going to be one special or one specific middle number. Instead, the middle number falls between 41 and 65. So we had to find the mean of those two numbers, and we got 53. Did the same thing for the upper half of the data. 91 were the two middle. We found the mean of 91, and we got 91. That was our third quartile. So now we're ready to draw our box. First thing you want to do is, it's kind of like the order that it's in already. The first side of the box is your quartile 1, your Q1. It's at 53, so I'm going to find 53 on my number line. I'm not going to actually draw the box on the number line because it can be kind of hard to read it with a pencil. So I'm going to draw it a little bit above. So here's 50, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to draw the left side. Whoops. Just draw a line. And that is the left side of your box. Then we do the same thing for quartile 3. It's at 91. I'm going to draw a line, and that's going to be the right side. Then I'm going to connect the two sides. It's not going to be perfect, sorry, to make my box. But I'm not done, because now I need to draw a line inside the box. The line inside the box is the actual median of all of the data set. So our median is 87, so I come down here, here's 85, 86, 87, so I draw a line at 87. And that is the median of the whole data set. Now all you have to do is do your whiskers. So the minimum value is 37, here's 35, 36, 37. I'm going to draw a dot, and then I'm going to connect that dot, whoops, to the left side of my box. That's my left whisker. Do the same thing for the maximum. The maximum is at 97, so here's 97, draw a dot, and then draw a line from the dot to the right side. And that's your box and whisker plots, now known as box plots. It wasn't too hard, was it? Okay, so let's do another one. Okay, here's your data set. I want you to pause the video, go ahead, order your data from least to greatest, and find your quartiles. Then come back to check to see how you did. Okay, so in this set of data, there's only 6 pieces of data. So that's an even number, which means there will not be a number in the middle. So we're going to divide it up into our lower and the upper half. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So 3 pieces of data in the lower half, 3 pieces of data in the upper half. So the two middle numbers are 14 and 15. You can think of it as a number line. What's halfway between 14 and 15? It's 14.5. Or you could find the mean. 14 plus 15 is 29. Divide it by 2 and you get 14.5. Then you have to find the median of the lower and the upper half. Since there's an odd number of data in the lower and the upper halves, it's the exact middle is going to be your median. So 13 is our quartile 1, 19 is our quartile 3. And we're ready to go ahead and to draw our box. So start at quartile 1, the left side of our box is at 13. There's 10, 11, 12, so here's 13, a little bit above it, I'll draw my line. The right side is at 19, that's our quartile 3. So here's 19, and I'll draw that a little bit above it. And I'm ready to connect them to make the box. And then we need a line inside the box. The line inside the box is going to be our median of the whole data set. Q2, 14.5. So that's going to be halfway between 14 and 15. So it'll be about right there. And now we have our box. And the last thing we have to do is to do our whiskers. Sorry about that. We want to do the whiskers. So we know that the minimum value is at 9. So I'm going to come over here. Here's 9. I'll draw my dot, and then I'll draw a line to connect the whisker to the left side of the box. The maximum value is 19. Wait a minute. This is 19, but that's the right side of our box. But 19 is what the maximum is. That's also our quartile 3. It's okay to have one of your whiskers be the same as your quartile 1 or your quartile 3. All you have to do is just draw a dot at 19. So there's not an actual whisker length, it's just the dot. And that's your box plot. Pause the video, go back, rewatch it if you need to. If not, let's move on. So this is a box plot already made for us. What I want you to do is pause the video, and using the box plot, identify the 5 data components of the box plot. When you're done, come back, check to see how you did. Okay, the median. The median is that line inside the box. The line inside the box is at 27. That's your median. Upper and lower extremes, pretty easy. Upper is the largest number. That's your whisker. That's the dot of your whisker. It's halfway between 39 and 41, which is 40. And then you have the lower extreme, halfway between 21 and 23, it's 22. The first quartile, it's the first part of your box as you go from the left side. So that's the left side of the box, it's at 25. And the right side of the box is your third quartile, 33. How'd you do? Okay, one more. We want to know which box plot best represents this data set. So pause the video, put your numbers in order from least to greatest, do what you need to do, and see if you can figure out which box plot best represents the data set. Once you've got an answer, come back and check. Okay, did you notice that the data was already in order from least to greatest? That doesn't always happen, so make sure you double check. So knowing that there were only 6 pieces of data, an even number, I knew that there was not going to be a specific median. So I went ahead, divided my data into an upper and lower half, and I saw that my 2 middle numbers were 15 and 15. So the median of that is 15. So going through, I'm going to check my minimum value 5. All 3 answer choices have 5 as the minimum. The maximum is 20, which all 3 of them do. So now I'm going to go to my median 15. The right side is at 15, but is it possible that the median and quartile 3 are the same? Maybe. So let's check the other ones. Okay, here we have, this one is not at 15, is it? Okay, this is a little bit more than 15, so we know it's not going to be B. It could be C. So let me come back up here. Is my quartile 3 really 15? Well, if I look at my quartile 3 over here, remember quartile 3 is the median of the upper half, it's 19, not 15. So A is wrong, which means C is your correct answer. How'd you do? All right, Bobcats, nice job.